4-0 and taking on its first Power 4 opponent of the 2024-25 season. Ball is in the air, snatched away by Carleigh Baker, and we are underway in Blacksburg.
Both teams like to play man-to-man, and both teams are aggressive on the defensive end.
Carleigh Wenzel, who has been a standout for the Hokies in her sophomore season, misses from mid-range, and it's snatched away by Bates. Bring it down low, and already a turnover. Here come the Hokies, liking the opportunity to score fast, and Carleigh Wenzel tried that. She'll go to the line for two.
Actually, it's the Hokies who've had the problem with turnovers early in the season. Rutgers has really taken good care of the ball for the pace that they play. They're only averaging 14 turnovers a game, which is very good for a team that plays up tempo.
Carleigh Wenzel going to the line. Double figures in all 4 games for the Hokies this season. And Max, she's the only Hokie right now that has shot over 10 free throws so far this season, so expect to see her at the charity stripe a lot.
Yeah, she goes to the rim really well. Extremely good at penetrating.
Starts it off perfect at the line to give the Hokies the lead. Yomi McMiller, the freshman for Rutgers. Watch out for her tonight, a 5-star recruit out of Burlington, New Jersey. Driving in, Destiny Adams gets herself right to the 10 and ties it up.
Carleigh Baker with the defensive assignment that time. They're going to go to Destiny Adams early and often.
Matilda Eck, who had that historic game as far as her career goes against Rutgers last year, scored 25 points, hit 7 threes at Jersey Mike's Arena. Rose Micheaux can't get it to go, and here comes McMiller. 3 on the way for JoJo Lacey. Micheaux right under it.
See, Rutgers shoots early in that shot clock.
Carleigh Wenzel scoops, no good. Lonnie White can't get it to go. Carleigh Baker in a wrestling match, and the jump ball will point the way of Rutgers.
It's a big Rutgers team, only one starter under 6'1".
Megan Duffy heading up this Virginia Tech program in her first season here in Blacksburg. And we talked with her the other day, Mac, and she knows that this year might be a learning experience, not only for her, but for this team trying to get into her system. And it seems like she is going to be a coach that is going to put in a lot to just try to get satisfied with this roster of players here.
Yeah, she knows she has to be patient, but that's not the nature of many coaches.
Here comes Carleigh Wenzel, gets blocked by McMiller. What an effort there for the freshman on defense. And Wenzel a bit slow to get up.
McMiller, a big recruit for Coach Washington. Really quick. Can be, she's just had an immediate impact on this basketball team. Here you see the block. Miller only 5'8", but a super athlete.
So Wenzel stays on the floor. Kick into Rose Micheaux. Turnaround, can't get it to go. So the Hokies a bit slow from the field. Zakara Perkins driving inside. Both teams a bit sloppy offensively to start it out.
Offensive rebounds are going to be a big story this evening.
McMiller able to create some space to give Rutgers the lead.
Just a freshman. He's only started a couple, but averaging 13 and 3.
Big entry lob, can't be corralled by Micheaux, so another turnover for the Hokies.
Another good thing about Miller is she's number 12 in the NCAA in assist-to-turnover ratio. She really has taken care of the ball for a young player.
Yomi McMiller, the freshman, a bit too short. Rebound Micheaux. He's pushing the pace yet again.
A lot of switching, a lot of like sizes for Rutgers, allows them to switch all 5 spots.
Micheaux Washington looking on in her 3rd season in charge of Rutgers. Had a great career at Penn State over a decade there. Saw the Lady Nittany Lions go to 3 NCAA tournaments, including a trip to the Sweet 16. Rutgers team that went 8-24 last year. Some returners and some transfers making a bit of an impact here early on. 4-0 on the year, and have looked fierce so far against Virginia Tech.
Saw JoJo Lacey with that 3-point shot right there. She's a stretch 4, but has been a really good leader transferring from Boston College.
comes Wenzel. Hokies have yet to hit a field goal so far. Wenzel trying to change that. Micheaux looking for someone to pass it to, kicks it down low, and Lonnie White was right there.
Really a nice flex cut on the baseline. Wenzel with the screen, and Miller with the finish. I mean, White with the finish.
Miller backs up, step back three. Off of the back iron, rebound Eck.
Miller's only 2 for 11 from long range, despite the fact that she's gotten off to a really good start as a scorer for the Scarlet Knights.
What a pass fake for Lonnie White. Can't get the bucket to go, though. And here comes the freshman taking it the other way. Got a hand on it. It stays with Rutgers.
Rutgers pushing it, throwing it ahead. See the cut right there off Carleigh Wenzel's screen, and Lonnie White with the easy win.
Trying to get the ball in, finally does. JoJo Lacey matched up with Matilda Eck. Return to Lacey. Mackie Nelson jumped in for the defensive effort, but still a finish there for Rutgers.
So Lacey, like you said, off to a good start, averaging 10 and almost 5.
Forcing the foul, Nelson. Looks like they will call this a shooting foul.
Mackie Nelson and Samyha Suffren coming off the bench, usually in the first quarter of games, have really been good at giving the Hokies a lift. Coach Washington even commented on it in our press availability today.
Able to hit the first free throw. Nelson, the redshirt freshman from Greenwich, Connecticut. Member of the roster last year. Took a redshirt season and now getting a good amount of playing time in this redshirt freshman season. Able to tie it up.
Nelson's done a good job. Gets hands on the ball all the time. Had some steals, draws some charges. Brings a lot of energy off the bench.
Sakara Perkins picks it up. Running the point now, Lisa Thompson's into the game as Karis Baker got a hand on it. Seems like we haven't seen the shot clock go inside of 10 seconds yet, but here we go. 5 seconds for Destiny Adams, and a walk is called, so a defensive stand for the Hokies.
Yeah, that's a really good. Keeping Rutgers from shooting the ball early in the shot clock is a good thing. Destiny Adams made a really nice play on the very first possession of the game and really hasn't done anything since then. Give Karis Baker some credit. Karis Baker coming off a really good defensive game against Layla Lawrence, a really good player, maybe the best player in the MEAC for Coppin State.
Yeah, Hokies won confidently on Saturday. Rutgers has won pretty confidently all season as well. Matilda Eck got open for 3, couldn't finish.
Nice little fade screen right there, got Eck open.
What a cut inside for Thompson, gets it off of the glass.
Lisa Thompson, Joliet, Illinois.
Inside to Micheaux to tie up the ball game.
Let her go to that left hand. She protects the basketball. Good power move.
Back and forth we go. Both teams starting to settle in a bit offensively as Perkins switches hands on the dribble. Here comes Lacey, the Boston College transfer, nearly lost it. Hokies with a tough defense. Lacey can't get it. Cornwell almost got the offensive rebound, but instead the loose ball is corralled by Baker.
Forced a tough shot and came away with the rebound.
Carleigh Wenzel right to the tin. Offensive board. Micheaux can't stick it. Neither can Wenzel, and it will stay with Virginia Tech. Matilda Eck finds Wenzel in the corner. No good, and volleyballed up for Lacey.
Hokies holding their own on the backboard with Rutgers so far.
Entry lob into Cornwell, all alone under the basket. It hit under the hoop. And looks like that will bring us to break. Got a good one here. 8-8 Rutgers Hokies.
If you're like 5, switch all day, but you know what it used to be a switch, but now it's a miss. Yeah. Low tops. Miss. Miss. Now, keep it to the low tops.
Like high top, mid ankle, that's a switch. But if you're talking like the old KDs or whatever they were, that's a miss.
Tight one here in Blacksburg at Castle Coliseum. Now time to throw it over to Kendall Williams. Kendall.
Women's basketball sure is a small world, and we're seeing that here tonight in this matchup between the Hokies and the Scarlet Knights. Rutgers head coach Carleigh Washington and Virginia Tech head coach Megan Duffy both come from the Muffet-McGraw coaching tree at Notre Dame, and even crazier, Coach Washington was actually Coach Duffy's point guard coach during her playing career for the Fighting Irish. When we talked to Coach Duffy earlier this week, she said Coach Washington had a lot to do with the player I was at Notre Dame and as a pro. Coach Washington on the other side telling us that Coach Duffy was an incredible listener and took coaching like a sponge. No question these two have a lot of respect for each other, now back on the same court, but this time as head coaches of their own program. Bailey?
Yeah, thanks, Kendall. You got to be especially proud if you're Muffet-McGraw that two of your student athletes are now coaching against each other.
Yeah, that's really good. And of course, Coach McGraw, Hall of Famer, and I'm sure both these coaches learned a lot during their time at Notre Dame.
Samyha Suffren into the game for the first time for the Hokies. Comes Matilda Eck. What a step, and got it to fall.
Back-to-back great drives. One by McMiller on the other end. Eck on the other end for the Hokies.
Cornwell turns around. No foul called. Physical ball game down low, and here comes Mackie Nelson. Bumped into her own teammate, and now tangled up Karis Baker.
Virginia Tech foul on number 10, Karis Baker. That is her
That'll
first team foul.
Antonia Bates. So it will go to Rutgers after the junior from Easton, Pennsylvania falls to the floor.
Checking in for your Hokies, number 34, Cale Peterson.
Cale Peterson checking in now for Virginia Tech. McMiller, she has showcased the handles early on.
Get wherever she wants off the dribble. That's so valuable.
Unable to get that 5-footer to fall. Here comes Samyha Suffren with a mid-range. Offensive board corralled by the freshman in Peterson.
Peterson's gotten off to a great start. She's so mature for a freshman. She's calm about everything and just can do a little bit of all that.
Cale Peterson, wing three, no good. Offensive stick back though. Able to go for Rose Micheaux.
Getting more and more confidence. You can see it growing almost every game.
Another lead change in this ball game, and wow, what a three!
2 for 11 before that shot, but she shot it like she was Caitlin Clark.
Big down low to Rose Micheaux has got back-to-back buckets.
Pace of the game picking up a little bit here.
Now, if the pace of the game does pick up, Mac, who do you think that favors?
Well, Rutgers is really good at this pace, but again, you mentioned this is the first real good opposition that they have faced this season.
Drive down the lane, and it'll be another turnover. And a good amount of turnovers both sides of the ball here. That's the third one for Rutgers. Virginia Tech has 3 as well in this opening quarter. Now we get a whistle from an official here. Joseph Vasily halted the game. And I wonder if we're going to get a...
They just reset the shot clock.
Gotcha.
Want it ticked off. And you see right away when Destiny Adams comes in, Carleigh Baker comes back in for the defensive assignment.
Adams, the standout, hit 1 shot, has only taken 1 shot so far. Swing down low, Matilda Eck. What a play that was.
Nice job. The Hokies have done a really good job of sharing the basketball. That's something that Coach Washington thought that her team could improve at. So a little baseline curl right there. So Eck in a really nice pass.
Taking some time. Destiny Adams is the target of that pass. Carleigh Baker has been all over her on this last possession.
Carleigh Baker last year was primarily in the role of a spot-up shooter, but she is showing the diversity in her games on both ends of the floor, coming off that really good game we mentioned defensively against Coppin State and doing a nice job early against Destiny Adams tonight.
3-ball hit by Petticord to tie it up.
Yeah, big-time recruit, transfer from Texas A&M, ultra quick.
Here comes Peterson, answers with a 3 of her own.
Peterson now is 6 out of 9 from long range in her freshman year.
Already turning into a fan favorite here in Blacksburg. McMiller gets called with a charge and is not excited about it. Virginia Tech is, though. It's another turnover.
Miller, again, we mentioned how big a recruit she was. She has come in and taken a leadership role, vocally especially. Coached by her parents growing up.
A 5-star guard, went to Life Center Academy in Burlington, New Jersey, originally from Silver Spring, Maryland, not too far outside of Washington, D.C.
Hit in the eye in the first game and has missed some time. But still off to an incredible start.
And that big 3. Inside of a minute to go, Carleigh Baker. Lonnie White got a hand on it, still in a scrum for the ball. It's taken away by Petticord.
Rutgers went from a big lineup to a lineup with 3 point guards right now.
Only big in now is Cornwell's. Matched up at the post with Rose Micheaux. Here comes a steal from Nelson. Shot clock is off. Baker thought about the 3. Now the Hokies slow it down. Don't say that much. Nelson cuts inside. Wenzel draws a foul. So that is just the 4th foul on Rutgers. It will not be a bonus.
Yeah, actually not a bad foul. Wasn't intentional, but it wouldn't have been a bad idea right there to foul. Yeah. Not attempted a shot clock running down. Now they only have 3.3 to get a shot off at the end of the quarter.
Hokies practice this and shoot around. Lonnie White gets called for the double dribble. Now let's see if Rutgers can heave one here with a 2.5 left in the first quarter. Snatched away, Wenzel at the buzzer. And it misses the mark, but a good defensive effort. We got a great ball.
Forced 6 turnovers, and they have 7 offensive rebounds of their own, the Hokies do.
Hokies have turned the ball over a good amount, though, trying to wrestle for the ball. Here comes Destiny Adams. Falls to the floor. It'll be a foul on Virginia Tech.
The Hokies' 5th turnover now.
5 turnovers for Virginia Tech, 6, though, for Rutgers. And we talked about going into this game, Rutgers has done a good job of taking care of the ball, but the main narrative, first Power 4 team Rutgers has faced all season, a little bit of a different defensive matchup.
So ISO for Adams to go with her strong hand, chooses not to do it.
Lisa Thompson, another turnover, 7th one for Rutgers.
And Rutgers have gone with a smaller lineup, I think partly to try to clean that ball handling up. That was one of the things Coach Williams thought that Coach Washington thought that they had done well, was take care of the basketball. We mentioned it in the open. Only 14 turnovers a game on average, playing at a really high pace, scoring 83 points a game.
And one of the better ball handlers right now, Kiyomi McMiller, off of the floor right now. She's got 2 personal fouls. Swatted out of bounds. It stays with Virginia Tech. Perkins not excited about that call.
Good officiating crew here tonight. Veteran crew. In a Power 4 matchup game here in the non-conference part of the schedule.
Yeah, second Big Ten team the Hokies have faced this year. Rose Micheaux goes up with nothing there off of the glass. Hokies already lost to Iowa and Charlotte. Petticord takes down the high pass.
Hokies made Adams give the ball up, and she's calling for it, but hasn't been able to get it because Karis Baker's doing a good job, and the pressure on the basketball is good too.
Lisa Thompson able to hit that shot.
Wow, really nice sophomore out of Joliet. Averages 7.5 and 4.5.
Sophomore almost poked it loose there. Matilda Eck was ready to pick up the pieces. And Micheaux double teamed under the lid of the rim. Micheaux again sticks it back up, no good. And Destiny Adams powers away with a defensive rebound.
Not real big players for Rutgers, but they're all long and athletic. Another turnover.
Another turnover, answer with another turnover. And now somehow Petticord is going to go to the line for 2. Karis Baker, it's slow to get up.
There's a lot going on in that possession, and not much of it very good for either team.
Look at that, 8 turnovers compared to 6. Both of these teams still trying to find their way here. Rutgers taking on an ACC team, first Power 4 opponent of the season. A Virginia Tech roster that is still learning to play together, playing under Coach Duffy's system.
Their second opportunity against a Big Ten team, obviously played against Iowa in a big neutral court game in Charlotte earlier in the non-conference schedule.
Yeah, that was just the second game of Coach Duffy's tenure. Comes Carleigh Wenzel with the Hokies down by 1.
Little post entry, action away from the ball.
Another entry lob in to Rose Micheaux. It's her own board. Tries to stick it back in. Another offensive board. That pops out as well. And if you're a Hokies fan watching this, a bit frustrating. That play has happened 3 or 4 times already. Answered with a triple from Perkins.
It was a really nice shot to pull up.
Finding Matilda Eck, baseline drive, pops and misses. Destiny Adams, why not take a 3?
Destiny Adams got to be a little frustrated not getting more opportunities.
Carleigh Wenzel, low percentage layup. The defense was there for Rutgers. Perkins running the floor. Turns, misses, follows her own shot for only a moment. And China Cornwell will come in for Rutgers now.
Perkins just a freshman. Mother was an honorable mention All-American at the University of Virginia.
Look at this Perkins, who grew up in 6 different countries with her mom, Samyha Walker-Wheatfall, who played in the WNBA as well as overseas. A lot of basketball IQ, and hit that big 3 to put Rutgers up by 4. What about the 3 again? Instead, bounces inside to Cornwell. It's a turnover. A gift to the Hokies there.
While the effort has not been lacking, the execution has on both ends of the floor so far.
Yeah, Virginia Tech starting out 7 of 31. 1 for 7 from 3 land. For Rutgers, not much better. 9 for 21 and 3 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the Hokies have been getting offensive rebounds in bunches, especially Rose Micheaux. 8 rebounds already in the game. A lot of them off of her own misses.
Hand off to Eck. Foul called on Thompson.
Little handsy right there.
A big part of Carleigh Wenzel's game for Virginia Tech this year, drawing a good amount of fouls from opposing defenses. Wenzel trying to warm up here. 0 for 8 from the field. Suffren off a screen. Dale Peterson, 5 on the shot clock. Suffren has to shoot it. Loses the ball. Eck now to Micheaux at the buzzer. Hokies kept operating like that ball hit the rim. The fans certainly want that to happen, but instead it is called a shot clock violation.
I imagine we'll look at this.
And see if we can judge from this look. That ball hit the rim.
Looks like it touched it.
It did hit the rim.
China Cornwell says no. It was a shot clock violation.
Well, looking at
she's not in charge, but
no.
she had an opinion.
Well, she is a graduate student, so we'll see if her vote matters. 23-19, Rutgers up by 4.
Shot clock over. Shot clock over. Reset to 19.
Hokie fans, please turn your attention to center court as we say thank you to everyone who donated toys at tonight's women's basketball game along with wrestling over the past week. We appreciate your generosity to the Montgomery County Christmas Store, hoping to make the holiday season a happy one across Montgomery County. Fans, how about another round of applause for your generosity?
After the video review, Virginia Tech is going to be awarded the ball, and this is why. You see the ball hit the rim off Rose Micheaux. The Hokies will have the ball baseline out of bounds with 19 on the shot clock.
Well, it seemed a bit obvious after looking at that review that the ball did hit the rim with a little bit of time left. So the Hokies get the ball back with 19 seconds on the shot clock. See if they use all of that. Down by 4, Virginia Tech a bit slow here from the field. Carleigh Wenzel with a drive in, a kick out to Peterson. The freshman spins a layup up, but she's fouled. And now we'll go to the line.
A lot of players on the floor here this evening.
A physical matchup. Both teams trying to figure it out offensively.
Big Ten, ACC, bragging rights.
A player that has played in both of those leagues. Actually, we have a few of them out here tonight, Mac. Destiny Adams started out at North Carolina. Rose Micheaux started out at Minnesota. Matilda X started out at Michigan State. So
JoJo Lacey.
And JoJo Lacey as well, making the hop from ACC to Big Ten. Boston College to Rutgers. A lot of players have played in both leagues. Kale Peterson, though, only in the ACC here for Virginia Tech and playing in her 5th ever college basketball game. Able to hit both free throws there to make it now a 2-point game.
Yeah, Kale Peterson is off to a really good start as a Hokie.
Miscommunication there. Zakara Perkins wanted somebody to come help her.
Everybody working out communication. Who can you trust? Who can you count on to do what?
Carleigh Wenzel comes in with a swat, steals it away. Swing it to Suffren. Suffren open to the glass. One of the best plays Virginia Tech has ran all night. Timeout call by Rutgers. Brings us to another break, all knotted up at 23 apiece in Blacksburg. Rutgers calls a timeout after Virginia Tech got 4 quick points, 23-23. Hokies capitalizing on the turnovers. Rutgers has 10 right now, Virginia Tech with 6. Uncharacteristic of a Scarlet Knights team that has corralled the ball well in the first 4 games of the season.
Give the Hokies defense a lot of credit, but not right there. Destiny Adams with a quick dribble move to the basket.
4 now for Destiny Adams. First basket since the opening possession of the ball game. Carleigh Wenzel draws a foul. Back to the line she goes.
That's a nice call right there. Rutgers has been very aggressive defensively, so set up a little back cut action into the ball of the post, and Wenzel cut straight down the lane.
Wenzel with a couple of free throws coming up as now Lisa Thompson goes to the bench. She's got 2 fouls.
You've mentioned it several times, but Carleigh Wenzel shot 25 free throws coming into this game. Second on the team is only 8 free throws attempted by Matilda Eck.
Going to be a big part of this ball game as Wenzel continues to drive in, force some fouls. Thompson and McMiller for Rutgers, 2 ball handlers for the Scarlet Knights now on the bench. Tonia Bates, swing down to Perkins.
Rutgers should maybe consider throwing that ball back to Destiny Adams again.
Here comes Bates. Actually, JoJo Lacey lost the ball. It stays with Rutgers with 6 on the shot clock. And it is interesting, they did not throw the ball into Adams on that possession.
Yeah, and she was open a couple different times.
See what they do here with 6 on the shot clock. This time it'll go to Adams. Whistle blows and a quick travel called on the standout for the Scarlet Knights, and no argument there from her.
Yeah, Hokies doubled pretty quickly. She kicked the ball out for a wide open shot, but not before shuffling her feet. Good job by Virginia Tech.
Here's Baker, her pass telegraphed. Lacey taking it back. Wenzel got the ball loose, it's kicked back. Here comes Peterson. Wants to take it to the hoop herself. Hokies all down there. Carleigh Baker gets fouled.
Her second personal foul.
Furious action. Not a lot of points. Here we go. A little push off. Wenzel with the steal, the kick right there. Hokies come the other way with numbers. Missed the layup, but get the offensive rebound, and that's where we find Carleigh Baker shooting free throws.
After Wenzel hit the X on the controller in FIFA, Hokies got the ball back. And now it's all tied up at 25-25. Gonna have a close ball game for you here. Destiny Adams tries her luck inside and one. Those are the types of plays we expected Destiny Adams to make here tonight.
One-on-one, quick dribble, going with that left hand, playing through the contact. This is how you go for 36 and 22 in a college basketball game, plays like that. But again, for the most part, the Hokies have done a very good job. And almost the entire credit goes to Carleigh Baker, the Hokie sophomore.
Misses the free throw. Here comes Samyha Suffren. Track meet to the hoop, and she won that race.
Yeah, we talked about how fast McMiller is. I don't know how many players we see faster than Samyha Suffren.
She was outnumbered. It was 1-on-3 for the Hokies guard. Didn't matter, right to the glass to tie the game. Another foul. This time it's on Eck.
Yeah, that time Destiny Adams did a nice little pick and roll, and the pass from Petticord was late. This is one way to avoid a turnover. Come away with the ball, don't pass it, just run by everybody and get to the rim.
Suffren, another one of those players for Virginia Tech, was on the team last year. Got sparing playing time, but now coming off of the bench a bit more. The sophomore guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, averaging nearly 8 points a game.
Matilda Eck takes a seat with her second foul.
That could be a big difference for the Hokies here with Matilda Eck, the veteran, out.
Perkins, nice little baseline drive right there, puts Rutgers back ahead.
On the arc, here's Suffren. Once again, driving inside. Mackie Nelson under the hoop. Kick out to the freshman. Another great play, a point from Nelson. An assist, and then the freshman able to bury the three. Megan Duffy's fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, Peterson was just calm, shot clock running down, had to adjust her feet and knocked the bottom out of that three.
Now the freshman has the only 2 threes right now for Virginia Tech. Hokies 2 for 8 from beyond the arc. Now a lead though, 30-29. China Cornwell. Here's Perkins. Freshman backing in on Samyha Suffren. Got the bucket to go.
He's done a nice job. He's a post player, but guy got one-on-one guard skills.
Bounce inside, kicked away by Cornwell, who's right in front of Rose Micheaux.
Watch Peterson do a little bit of adjustment with her feet. See, she slides over, gets set. Shot clock running down, no problem for the freshman. It's just so calm.
Carleigh Wenzel misses from the free throw line. Here comes Rutgers. Lost the ball, Bates finds Perkins. Nelson's there. Samyha Suffren down the baseline. She's not scared of anything and takes the lead back for Virginia Tech.
Creating offense off the dribble, beating her man one-on-one. Perkins calling for the ball screen.
What the Hokies can do defensively, no whistle. Perkins went to the floor, possession arrow, keeps the ball with Rutgers.
Side out of bounds with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Both teams trying to push the pace of this game, moving quickly. It hasn't been pretty at times. Still got a good ball game here, 32-31. What a move for Perkins, rolls off of the hoop. Cornwell's there, can't get it to go off of the square. And Peterson with an outlet down to Wenzel. Baseball pass to Nelson. And off Wenzel again. Hokies Washington wanted a walk, won't get it. Won't matter as Rutgers gets the ball back.
Rutgers operating about 3 of their best drivers out with 2 fouls are Adams, Thompson, and McMillan.
Petticord followed her shot. Here comes Peterson across the timeline.
Hokies with numbers.
Nelson head fake to the hoop and one.
Help side came across too late. And Mackie Nelson with a big play for the Hokies.
One of the bigger plays for Virginia Tech tonight.
Shot fake, drive it to the hole. Cornwell too late coming across. Contact. You love Nelson keeping her eye on the target the whole way through the contact.
This is the free throw though, so it stays a 1-possession game, 34-31. Well, what can Rutgers do here? With a minute left to go in the first half. JoJo Lacey, no good on the layup. Cornwell fights it off. She'll answer with an and one herself.
Cornwell, a really good play. She's averaging a double-double. Hasn't been much of a factor here tonight. But with Adams out of the game, she's kind of stepping up.
Yeah, Destiny Adams, another player with 2 fouls. So that's a bit of a storyline to watch out for the rest of the game. Between Adams and McMillan, the 2 leading scorers for Rutgers, both with a pair of personal fouls. We have not seen Kilmy McMillan for quite a while. I don't believe we've seen her in the second quarter. Tie ball game. Virginia Tech already has shot 40 times in this game. Most they've shot in a half all year. Here comes Wenzel, no good. Boy, she is having a tough night offensively. And then a turnover. Another one to watch out for, Mac, 2 on Rose Micheaux.
Yeah, and foul trouble is a little bit of a problem with both teams right now.
To the line number 54, China Cornwell, shooting 2.
Here's Cornwell.
Not a good free throw shooter on the season so far.
And just shooting under 40%. She's hit one already, though. She's 100% so far here in this ball game. The lead back to the Scarlet Knights. Nine lead changes so far in this one. China Cornwell is 3 for 3 from the line. Lonnie White back into the ball game. What Virginia Tech can do with this lineup here.
Rutgers has shot the ball okay, shooting 45%, but they just can't hang on to the ball. 13 turnovers here in the first half. They only average 14 per game this season.
Right now, Virginia Tech, 12 of 41. Just under 30% from the field. And with 7 turnovers, Rutgers has almost double that with 13. Shot clock still on. On a 4-second differential. Comes Matilda Eck with a Euro step, found her way to the bucket. Perkins now, trying to get a buzzer beater up. Kicks it down to Bates. Cornwell can't get a shot up, and Virginia Tech and Rutgers are all knotted up at 36 apiece. Go. A quiet night for Lonnie White as well.
Yeah, the bench came in, and Lonnie White didn't get much time after that. And Karis Baker with the follow, an offensive rebound, and an easy basket.
First field goal made for Karis Baker, but here comes a shot from Rutgers to give the lead. Or actually tie it up.
How about this? 2 for 2 to start the second half.
See if the offensive woes can be mopped up for both teams. Turnovers, the story for Rutgers in the first half, and Virginia Tech just hadn't found the bottom of the basket in that first half, shooting just 31%, but 100% so far here in the second half. Here's Rose Micheaux, follows her shot, stick back, can't fall.
Continuing to struggle now, 3 for 15 for Rose Micheaux, and she's had good looks. Most of them have been point blank.
Yomi McMiller cashed in when the bank was open.
Hey, at this point, the way shooting has gone, take anything you can get, right?
Well, McMiller, we did not see her the entire second quarter. Does have 2 personal fouls. Destiny Adams, another player to watch out for, has a pair, as does Rose Micheaux for Virginia Tech. Lonnie White able to hit her second field goal of the ball game. Rebound Micheaux. Carleigh Wenzel drives to the hoop, misses, and now to the line.
Karis Baker again following up the miss. Nice step back off the glass for the freshman. And then Lonnie White with a nice little, again, create some space and knock down the mid-range shot and transfer from Utah.
So the foul actually goes on Bates. It was originally booked on Adams, and that is a big note to watch out for because that would have been Adams' third. Carleigh Wenzel hits another from the free throw line, gives Virginia Tech the lead back.
The foul trouble kept kind of both teams from having the rotation that they normally have.
What can McMiller do, though? Craftiest ball handler on the floor. Driving under the basket and kicks it out. Stepped on the line, though. Turnover, 14th one of the night for Rutgers.
JoJo Lacey spotting up for the baseline drift, but stepped out of bounds as she got ready to shoot.
Wenzel thought about the triple. Bring it around to Matilda Eck. Eck loops it over to Lonnie White. Can't connect. We've seen a little bit more of Matilda Eck being able to drive the basketball here in her second year in a Virginia Tech uniform. They're out on a defensive board by Rose Micheaux.
Teams to have settled down, executing a little bit better on the offensive end.
Goes against the screen. Eck of a double team. Wenzel's wide open and knocks down the shot.
You wonder whether Wenzel was going to be hesitant. No hesitation there, and a big three. I know she's breathing a sigh of relief to get one to go in.
Oh, for her first 11 shots and hits the big triple and gets Virginia Tech's crowd a bit more into it here.
Coach Washington was really concerned about the home court advantage.
Wenzel wanted a charge, no whistle. Lisa Thompson can't get the bucket to fall. It will stay with Rutgers with Chunnier into the shot clock.
This again, Eck is so good at the baseline drive, and when they converge on her, she kicks it out to Wenzel. good to see Carleigh Wenzel, if you're a Virginia Tech fan, comfortable shooting the basketball. Thought she was a little hesitant coming out at the half.
So that's a 6-0 run for Virginia Tech, which might not seem like much, but we haven't seen many runs in this ball game. That's why McMillan, a step back triple.
Yeah, and you mentioned she didn't play at all in the second quarter, and you can see what a big boost she is to this team.
Lisa Thompson called for the foul. Thompson is a bit agitated by the whistle, and her freshman teammate McMillan had to ease her down just a little bit.
Yeah, Thompson picking up her third. She knew she was going to have to go out of the game.
Reach in for Petticord there. Another turnover. Here comes McMillan, one-on-one to the hoop.
Miller has jump-started this Rutgers team here in the second half. Not a good save right there by Lonnie White.
Scarlet Knights take the lead back. Yet another lead change in this one. First Power 4 game Rutgers has played in all season.
See Rutgers switching right there.
Shot clock down to 5. Hokies need to shoot it. Here comes Wenzel. Didn't get any of the rim. Shot clock did not reset, and it won't matter because Rutgers gets the ball back. Destiny Adams goes to the floor.
Yeah, Adams got the block shot, then came up with the rebound. And now it looks like she's going to insist on staying in the game. Watch her get a piece of this one, then fights for the rebound. Ball apparently called off of Micheaux. But Adams stays in the game.
Yeah, something to keep an eye out for. Destiny Adams had to jog that off. Whatever just happened right there.
There's an ISO.
Now she'll try her luck at the hoop through a double team. Lacey scoops and scores.
The grad student, the veteran from Boston College with a big basket.
Back up to a 3-point lead for Rutgers. Harris Baker hasn't been able to shoot a ton tonight for Virginia Tech. And look at that, Rutgers, a defensive stand, forces the ball back their way.
You don't see that call very often. But held the ball, held the ball, held the ball. Coach jogging back into the box over there.
Micheaux Washington keeping the energy up for this young Scarlet Knights team. A program that only won 8 games last season. Virginia Tech was one of those 24 losses. Kiyomi McMillan getting a bit of a run together for Rutgers now. It's 49-44. Timeout burned by Coach Megan Duffy. A 5-point lead for the Scarlet Knights. This Big Ten side is enjoying it.
Your Virginia Tech High-Techs. Fans, let's hear it for the High-Techs.
Well, with 7:09 left in the third quarter, Virginia Tech led by 4, but since then a 9-0 run for Rutgers to lead 49-44.
Led by Keomi McMiller, who sat out the entire second quarter. She is making up for lost time. Leading scorer at 16 points. She has 9 already this half out of Rutgers' 13.
Hokies knew she was going to be a problem coming into this game. 5-star freshman recruit. Could be one of her coming out party games here against Virginia Tech to college basketball. Rose Micheaux dribbles in, hooks it up, and that seems like a big bucket, Mac, because Rose Micheaux had been struggling up to that point and was able to effort through a double team to find that.
Yeah, first basket since the first quarter.
Lob inside, Destiny Adams. It's fouled and now to the line for 2.
Nice job by Rutgers getting into their leading scorer.
Brings us to another break. 49-46. Don't go away. We got a good one for you here in Blacksburg. Here's our Week 13 ACC Network football lineup. It begins Saturday with UConn taking on Syracuse at noon Eastern. Florida State hosts Charleston Southern at 1:30 on ACC Network Extra and ESPN+. Then the 127th big game between Stanford and Cal begins at 3:30 Eastern, and we'll cap the night with Virginia Tech and Duke at 8. Each game is also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Well, Samyha Suffren out on the floor right now for Virginia Tech, with Destiny Adams shooting 1 of 2. It did look like at the end of the first half, Mac, that Samyha Suffren got injured. Here's the end of the first half.
You see her grab her right wrist, and you see it taped right now. She was a big part of the Hokies hanging in there in that first half. 6 points off the bench and got some easy baskets. See if she can pick up where she left off. Suffren and Nelson in as a pair, which they've done a lot this season coming off the bench.
Now a 5-point game. Seen a good amount of lead changes in this one. Lonnie White, space just opened up to the glass.
Yeah, really nice post flash hitter and cut off of her, and Rutgers got confused.
McMiller with the 3-ball.
Goodness gracious. A little between the legs, create space, and just jump up and shoot it. 12 points to start the second half.
Didn't play the entire second quarter. Had 2 personal fouls, and look at the difference she's made in this game. Mackie Nelson, the pass behind her to Karis Baker, misses the mid-range. Samyha Suffren fights for the ball back. Baker will get another try, and this time it falls.
Suffren making a difference again. Hokies with half their points in the first half off the bench.
Tech trying to answer with a defensive stop. Nelson got in the way. Adams under the hoop. Walked.
Adams really frustrated. Hokies running people at her.
Huge defensive stop for Virginia Tech there. 15 turnovers for Rutgers. If the Scarlet Knights don't pull this one out, you got to think turnovers will be a primary reason why. There's Baker. Quick kick back to Nelson. Nelson to the hoop again.
All 5 Hokies touched the ball on that possession and ended up with a really good high percentage shot.
Down to 2. McMiller is not afraid to shoot it, and that is exactly why. From pro length, the freshman gets it done again.
And shushes the crowd too.
She's got 22 in this game, 15 in the third quarter alone.
Came into this game talking about Destiny Adams. We're talking about Keomi McMiller now.
Samyha Suffren gets blocked. Perkins, the freshman, on the defensive end, got a full hand on the ball. It'll stay with Virginia Tech.
A little space, a deep 3, and tell him, watch this. Watch her. Watch 32. 2 freshmen, and they are having a big impact for Coach Washington.
Suffren thought about the 3. Instead, it's a mid-range. Samyha Suffren, she's got that wrist taped up, but that shot looked pretty darn good.
The sophomore out of Charlotte is balling here tonight.
3-point game. See if McMiller stays with her hot hand here. Keeping the basketball, dishes over to Perkins. 8 on the shot clock. McMiller, another pro length 3. A heat check, Rose Micheaux corrals the rebound.
Mackenzie Nelson, Mackie as the teammates call her, with the defense on McMiller that possession.
Comes Karis Baker with a drive in the left hand. Offensive board, Micheaux cleans it up.
Just keeps on handling, and this time Adams does not get up quickly.
Is there a timeout called? And Adams a bit slow to get up. Oof. She already had a play earlier on in this quarter. She had trouble getting up, and now sort of dances off the floor.
Didn't see, but you mentioned she did something similar earlier and then waved the substitution off. But this time she's headed to the locker room. Lands kind of awkwardly right there. On the right leg, it looked like.
And that is, it's not encouraging to watch. If you're a fan of Rutgers or just any basketball here, Destiny Adams, a special player coming into this ball game, number 2 in points per game in the country. Story of this third quarter, though, has been her freshman teammate McMiller. Whistle blows, and it's a foul on Karis Baker.
Looked like Karis Baker was in pretty good position. Looked like Lacey might have pushed off on that play, but again, the block charge, we talk about it almost every game. Bang, bang play. In real time, it's really hard to tell who did what.
No good for Lacey's first.
Let him go to the free throw line. Watch her left arm.
I don't know.
It's close. Again, that's why we're over here, right? Not officiating this thing.
Lacey misses both. Winding down to the final 40 seconds of the third quarter, and this game has opened up a little bit.
And the crowd is in it.
Rutgers led by as much as 6 here in the third quarter. Virginia Tech led by 4. Now Scarlet Knights hanging on to a 1-point lead. Samyha Suffren right to the hoop. She misses. Followed her own shot. Carleigh Wenzel wide open. Yes!
Carleigh Wenzel 0 for 11. No problem. Wide open threes here in the second half.
She's got 2 threes already in the third quarter. McMiller with a shot running down. Will Nelson at the buzzer. Off of the glass. But Virginia Tech goes into the fourth quarter leading by 2 in a topsy-turvy third for Virginia Tech to join her freshman teammate McMiller.
Ran a set play to try to isolate her down low. And she delivered through a double team.
Ties it up again, yet another tie.
Got us a ball game, Bailey Angle.
15 ties. Gonna be a fun one. First Power 4 matchup for Rutgers this year. Second time the Hokies have taken on a Big Ten team this season. First time at Castle, and it's a turnover. Those are gonna get even more costly as we go down the final stretch here.
Mackie Nelson stepping out of bounds, trying to drive that baseline and kick it out.
14 lead changes in this ball game as well. Destiny Adams back-to-back buckets after she got taken care of there in the locker room.
Well, elite athletes just have a way of doing that, don't they? Injured, no problem. Come back out ready to go.
Mackie Nelson scoops it off of the square.
Nice pass by the freshman Peterson. Taking advantage of that Rutgers aggressiveness.
What a steal! Samyha Suffren all alone telegraphed that pass.
There's no question who's been the MVP. Samyha Suffren has been really big for Virginia Tech off the bench.
She's now got 10 points for the Hokies. Matchup on defense against McMiller, and a foul is called on Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech foul on number 1, Carleigh Wenzel. Her first personal foul.
Miller's just so aggressive with the basketball. You've got a player for the dribble, and then you give up a wide open 3, and she has certainly shot. Came into the game only shooting 2 for 9, but if there was any question about her ability from long range, she has answered it tonight.
McMiller 4 for 8 tonight. Came in, as Max said, 22% from beyond the arc, but a player that we talked about with Coach Washington before the game, very excited about her, said it was a long recruiting process because McMiller, a 5-star recruit, got her to go to Piscataway. And the Scarlet Knights fans definitely excited to have her on their side for the next few years. And it's both from the line as well.
Rutgers showing a little full court defense. Just a little token pressure.
Tied up again.
Lisa Thompson, and she was also in foul trouble.
Suffering the hot hand for Virginia Tech. Spins and almost got it. Peterson was there. Offensive board. Gets blocked. Swatted near the baseline and corralled by Lacey. Entry lob Adams. Hokies there with the pressure. And it's a jump ball that gives the ball back to Virginia Tech.
Good job of collapsing on Adams that time from all directions. Forced the tie up.
Mackie Nelson has been the one to take the ball up for Virginia Tech. Now we'll see the press from Rutgers. just a moment.
3 people capable of bringing it up there with Suffren, Nelson, and Wenzel in the game. Hokies with a little small ball right now with Micheaux out of the lineup.
Carleigh Wenzel, left wing 3, bounces off.
Her other 3s were wide open. That one had a hand in the face.
McMiller goes inside to Adams. Basket will not count, so Adams is going to the line.
Nice job looking ahead by McMiller. Adams got the shot up and in, but after the foul, coming down the floor. That's a hard pass to make, that vertical pass down the lane. But McMiller is showing she can do about everything.
So correction, Adams will not go to the line. That's the second foul on Carleigh Wenzel. There's Destiny Adams. Oh, she has been hot here in the fourth quarter.
Spinning away from the double team.
Hokies going all the way down low to Rose Micheaux quickly.
And that's a nice job by Micheaux. The ball went in on the other end. She sprinted down the floor.
So with Micheaux now 12 points, 15 rebounds. That's 2 double-doubles in a row after she got it done against Coppin State as well. McMiller lost the ball. Suffren flopping to the floor to get it. Lacey, cross-court pass to Perkins with a long 2. The shot clock running down. The Hokies pick up a defensive stand. Matilda X steps into a 3. Micheaux there with a left hand.
How good has Rose Micheaux been on the offensive glass? Not a great shooting percentage, but she is staying after it. 15 rebounds.
Rutgers down by 2. Scarlet Knights have been able to answer on everything Virginia Tech has thrown at them. Another errant pass. McMiller keeps it. Open in the corner, Perkins. Baseline drive. Gets fouled, and now the freshman will take a trip to the line.
Well, the 2 freshmen for Coach Washington and Rutgers have been impressive.
Checking in for your Hokies, number 2, Karis Booker. And for Rutgers, number 54, Samyha. Headed to the line, number 22, Samyha Perkins.
So Perkins goes to the line. So this ACC Network women's volleyball matchup is so big, we're promoting it already. Number 1 Pitt takes on number 3 Louisville with the ACC regular season title and the number 1 seed in the nation on the line. Coverage begins next Wednesday, November 27th at 7 Eastern.
Perkins now 5 for 10 on the year, not shooting great, but again, a small sample size. But keep an eye on this partner. Rutgers is only shooting 61% as a team through those first 4 games.
Stick back able to go for China Cornwell. She's been on the bench for most of this second half and came in with a big offensive stick back. Carleigh Wenzel wastes no time in getting to the hoop and now to the line.
It's a smart job by the Hokies pushing the ball. Ball went in the hole, but they got it to the other end in a hurry, and Wenzel going to the free throw line.
So Carleigh Wenzel been in the line a few times tonight, 4 for 6. Still pushing the pace of this game for Virginia Tech despite a slow night from the field. 2 of 15, she's hit 2 threes. And able to hit the first of 2 free throws there to tie it up.
This game been close the entire game. Nobody been able to get a working margin.
Largest lead for 6 was 6 for Rutgers and 4 for Virginia Tech. Once again, a Hokies lead. It was tied up 36-36 at half. Here comes Destiny Adams. Adams spins to the hoop, takes the lead back for the Scarlet Knights.
She has a lot of different ways to get the ball in the basket.
Foul called on Adams. That's her 3rd, Mac.
Rutgers foul against number 1, Destiny Adams. That is her
Yeah,
3rd
foul trouble and foul shooting
Second team foul.
could certainly be the decider down the stretch.
Hokies have hit 11 free throws. Rutgers has hit 10.
Yeah, for a physical game, there haven't been a lot of free throws shot.
Now we've seen a couple of sequences where maybe we would hear a whistle, but officials tonight letting them play a little bit.
Veteran crew, big game.
Wenzel's open for three and buries it.
Suffren with the assist.
3 threes in the second half for Carleigh Wenzel. Yomi McMiller spins and walks. Carleigh Wenzel, a big-time three, Mac, to give the Hokies the lead.
Suffren withdraws the defense on the drive. Wenzel spots up and nails it.
Destiny Adams went off of the floor with an injury at the end of the third quarter, but look at what she's done in the fourth quarter, Mac.
Yeah, showing all her different skills. See her turn it away from the double team right there. 16.6 rebounds, despite going in and out of the game, and actually left the court and went to the locker room in the third quarter.
Well, look at that. 2 points in the first quarter, and now all the way to the fourth, 8 points. Rutgers, even though only down by 2, they have only missed 1 shot here in the fourth quarter. Virginia Tech also shooting pretty well so far here in the last quarter of this ball game. 5 for 9 from the field. Carleigh Wenzel took us out here with a big 3, her third of the second half. Virginia Tech leading by 2. Tilda Eck keeps the ball through 3 defenders, carved her way to the tin.
Saw Matilda Eck escorting her mother around, showed her mother around here, visited, and Matilda answering with a big play right there at a key moment in this game.
Coach Megan Duffy has said, I don't think we've seen the best this season out of Matilda Eck offensively. Could they see that here in the final 4:08? Now she was a big part of that defensive stance there to give the Hokies the ball back with a 2-possession lead.
Yes, she was. Her double team caused Destiny Adams to travel. Hokies have a chance to extend the lead, get their biggest lead of this game if they can score on this possession.
Now Virginia Tech led by 4 with 7:09 in the third quarter. Rutgers then answered it with a 9-0 run led by Keomi McMiller, who's currently on the floor now for the Scarlet Knights. Matilda Eck has the hot hand and buries it.
Back-to-back-to-back plays from Matilda Eck.
Largest lead for Virginia Tech, 76-70. And now the crowd is enjoying it because they get a free sausage biscuit tomorrow from Bojangles if they want to. So as the Hokies surpass the biscuit mark, Rose Micheaux gets fouled on the defensive rebound.
Bow time is always the loudest cheer.
It really is. Between Bacon, which we haven't kicked into yet here. That's a foul on JoJo Lacey. So this is a big swing for Virginia Tech here. And trading haymakers all night. So many lead changes, so many ties. Now with the ball and a 6-point lead with just 3.5 minutes to go. Matilda Eck again. This time can't get it. Foul called. It'll stay on this side of the floor. And a foul is burned on Rutgers. That's going to go on Lacey.
Fourth foul. One more. The Hokies will be shooting the bonus. Kind of get a feeling that this is a big possession in this game.
Third foul on JoJo Lacey. Rutgers fell asleep defensively.
Samyha Suffren, kind of fitting that she makes the play. She kind of held the Hokies in there until Wenzel and Micheaux kind of got going.
Now she's matched up defensively with McMiller. Takes the 3. Too short. Loose ball. Suffren's there. Tries her luck at the hoop. Samyha Suffren is losing her mind. #80-70, Virginia Tech takes a double-digit lead.
Loose ball. Best athlete usually gets to that. And then the finish and the foul. Coach Washington talked in our Zoom call today about the lift that Suffren and Nelson give Megan Duffy's team off the bench.
15 points for Samyha Suffren, a career high, gives Virginia Tech an 81-70 lead.
Checking in for the Rutgers, 22, Sakara Perkins.
Timeout called. And the Hokie crowd loving what they're seeing out of their sophomore guard from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Rutgers certainly has to play with a little urgency here. They have to get quick possessions on offense. That shouldn't be a problem, but they're going to have to do a good job on the defensive end. Virginia Tech right now is playing with some calm, working the ball, working the clock a little bit, and getting a lot of high percentage shots here in the fourth quarter.
Well, for Keomi McMiller, she was the player that really sparked that run for Rutgers in that third quarter. She had 15 points in the third quarter. So far, just 2 in the fourth. She's got 24 overall, but you got to think that the freshman guard is going to have to play a role in getting Rutgers back into this game with under 3 minutes left.
She is. She's going to have to create for herself and for others as we go down the stretch here. Matilda Eck has had a big play in this fourth quarter too on the offensive and defensive end for the Hokies. Everybody contributing in this Big Ten ACC matchup.
4 players for Virginia Tech in double figures as opposed to just 2 for Rutgers. Comes Lacey, driving in on Micheaux. Lacey gets fouled. That goes on Carleigh Wenzel. That is her 3rd. And a team 4th.
Lacey has missed her only two free throw opportunities today. doesn't get there very often. It only shot 3 coming into tonight's game.
Lacey, the Boston College transfer, has to wait a moment. Wanted to make sure the sub waited here before the whistle. Tonia Bates jogs in, Petticord off. Comes Lacey. First one's good to make it a 10-point game. Second shot, both of them fall for the Boston College Eagles transfer. So down to single digits again. Time running out for Rutgers. It's been a big fourth quarter for Virginia Tech, to say the least. Outscoring Rutgers in the fourth by 7, 22-15. Matilda Eck thinks, why not? Don't leave her open, Mac. She's going to do that.
This is really a team effort for Virginia Tech.
Crossover for McMiller. Didn't pass on that possession. Wanted to try the 3. Look who's in the mix again. Samyha Suffren draws the foul.
And it's fitting that Hokies come up with that rebound with everybody on the defensive backboard. They have done a great job against a sensational rebounding team. Hokies now have 41 rebounds to only 32 for Rutgers. They are among the best in the country at rebounding the basketball coming into tonight's game.
What a test it's been for Virginia Tech. You talked about that, Mac. Coming into tonight, ranking in the top 6 in rebounds per game. Hokies all the way down at 249th.
And a little bit of that is due to pace of play, but that doesn't explain that discrepancy. And certainly, regardless, Virginia Tech has been equal to the task tonight against a tall, athletic Rutgers team.
Samyha Suffren misses that second one. Still has been the story of the night for the Hokies. Off of the bench, leading Virginia Tech with 16 points. And we talked about this with Coach Duffy before. She wanted to talk about being patient with this team, trying to buy into her system. She's got to be encouraged here with the effort, especially defensively here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I hate to bring that up to her. She doesn't. She's still got a lot of things they want to do. She wants them to do better for sure.
Layup goes for Cornwell.
But Hokies have done a lot of things right tonight.
Carleigh Wenzel backs into a foul. She'll shoot 2.
Nice job. Rutgers has to get the clock stopped. Had to foul. Wenzel kept the ball in her hands. Gave the defender a chance to put her at the free throw line where she shoots nearly 80%.
To the line for your Hokies, number 1, Carleigh Wenzel.
For her career.
So with a minute and a half to go, here's Wenzel.
She has certainly bounced back.
So Elon on Saturday. We'll have the call for you here on the ACC Network Extra. Well, all eyes on that big game down at Cameron Indoor on December 8th. Hokies have struggled there in the past. It'll be the first ACC test of Megan Duffy's tenure at Virginia Tech. And now we'll get a Power 4 win if it stays like this for the next minute and 31 seconds. That's the Destiny Adams. Well, Adams has 18.
She's still cramping up a little bit, it looks like.
Hasn't been 100% here in the second half. Has managed an 18.6 rebound performance. Samyha Suffren lost the ball for a moment, got it back. Wenzel spun to get open, getting a little bit hotter as we go here in the second half. Carleigh Wenzel, who started out 0 for 11, has hit some big shots down the stretch.
19 points after starting 0 for 11. Not sure I've ever seen her turn around like that.
Drive inside for Perkins. It's blocked, and the freshman will go to the line. But the story of this quarter, Virginia Tech led by 2 going into this final stanza, Mac. And Virginia Tech is outscoring Rutgers 30-19 in the fourth quarter. A really big testament to this young team headed by Megan Duffy.
Yeah, and the defense kind of held them into it till the offense got going. But even here with the game pretty well decided, Virginia Tech running Rutgers off that three-point line, making them put it on the floor and earn it 2 at a time rather than 3 at a time.
Perkins taking her time with her second shot, hits it to fall.
Checking in for Rutgers, number 54, China.
Adams will be headed out with 18-6. Sounds like a good game, but not by the standards she has set here early in the season.
Well, still a good game against a Power 4 opponent last year against Virginia Tech. Now, granted, that was the ACC regular season champion Hokies. She was held to 1 of 3 in her own gym against the Hokies, and now tonight putting in a little bit of a better statistical effort at least. Inside to Rose Micheaux.
Hokies now with 4 in double figures, and Mackie Nelson with 8, Cale Peterson with 8. Very balanced scoring, which I think that's going to be the story of Virginia Tech's offense this season.
Yeah, the Hokies have to go a bit deeper into the bench than maybe fans of this program have seen in recent years. But you have seen an all-out effort by so many different players on Coach Duffy's roster here tonight. Harris Baker fouls out.
Harris Baker deserves kudos again for her defensive effort against Destiny Adams.
(91-80).
Biggest win of the Megan Duffy era here at Virginia Tech so far.
So it's a win over a Big Ten squad. Virginia Tech with a valiant fourth quarter wins this one 91-80.